So hello everyone, this is Akshay Chan and today we will be discussing about the tech Instagram influencer analysis as a part of my internship conducted by codebasics, right? So now in the Instagram influencer analysis, we will be creating a project in which we will be analyzing three database tables containing Instagram activity data, and our goal is to explore the data and to answer key questions and to create actionable insights, right? So first of all, let's see the database. So for this, we have used the GDB0120 database, which was given by the code basics team, and then we have loaded that data into MySQL Workbench, and let's see the tables basically, right? So first of all, we have the fact content table, which contains the matrix about the content that the Instagram is having, right? What was the content basically? So now it contains the basically the which what type of post it was, the duration of that post, the impressions, reach, shares, follows, likes, comments, and saves that the content was having, that individual content was having, right? Now in the fact account table, it basically shows the number of profile visits and the number of new followers that that account has reached for a period of time, right? And then we have the dim dates table. So in that it contains the date data, like month name, date, week, like the day was a weekend or a weekday, and the week number. Now let's see and answer the questions that we were given. So for this we have created a GitHub repository. Let's see that. Okay. So the first question says that how many unique post types were found in the fact content table? So basically, we have to find the unique type of post that the fat content table was having, right? So let's see. So the query says select distinct post type from the fat content table. So basically, we'll be using the distinct clause, and inside that, we'll be using the post type column from the fat content table. So by running this query, we have got four type of unique post. The first was Instagram carousel, then image, reel, and video. So basically, there are four types of post that the content is having, right? The content is showing up. Okay. Now, the second question says that what was the highest and lowest recorded impressions for each post type? So basically, we want to find that for each post type, which was the highest recorded impressions and which was the lowest recorded impression. So for this, we'll be using the post type, the fat content table basically. Now, the query says select post type and then we're using the impression column, and then we will be want to find the maximum impression that the post has got, and then in the third column we will be having the minimum impression that the post is having. Now we will be grouping it by the type of post, right? Because we want to find the maximum and minimum impressions for each post type, right? Then we'll be grouping it by the post type. Okay, so now here is the insight. And as you can see, the reel has got the maximum number of impressions as 339K, and the lowest impressions are around 87K, followed by image. Image was having around 129K, and which was the maximum impressions, and 23,000K was the lowest impression that the post has got. Okay, followed by videos and carousel. Okay, now the third question says that filter all the posts that were published on a weekend in the month of March and April, and then export them into a separate CSV file. So for this, we will be uh, taking all the columns from the fact content table, and then we'll be joining the dim dates table basically to find the day was a weekend or a weekday. Okay. So what we have done, so we have joined the two dates, that is the fact content table and the dim dates table basically. On which column? By using a date column as a key. Okay, so now we want to find the month name, that is the March and April, right? So that's the filtration criteria. So for filtration criteria, we have used the where clause. So inside that where clause, we have used the month function to find the month number basically. Okay, so for March, the month number is 3, and for April, the month number is 4. Also, we want to find that the type of day it was, right? So the type of day that we want is weekend. So now we will be using the weekend column, and that we will be placing the weekend as the criteria. Okay. So here is the insights, and let's see. Okay. Yeah. So if you see on a weekend, the total number of follows is around 80, is around 8.5 thousand. Then likes are around 30,000, and new reaches are around 394,000, and saves are around 4,000, and shares are around 6,000 basically. Okay. Now the fourth question says that create a report to get the statistics of the account. The final output includes the following fields: month name, total profile visits, new followers. Okay, so for this, we have written the query as select the month name basically. So for the month name, we have used the month name function, and inside that function, we have used the date column from the fat account table. Okay, as month name, that is the name of the column. And for total profile visits, we will be using the sum function. So in that sum function, we'll be putting the profile visits column. And for new followers, so we want to find the total new followers. So for total new followers, we will be using the again sum function. Okay, and then we want to group the uh, total profile visits and new followers by month name. So that is the column that we have made. Okay, now here is the insight. Now if you see, June and May have the highest number of new followers and total profile visits, right? Around, so if you see the in the month of May, the total profile visits were around 106K, and the total new followers were around 67K, right? And if you see, January, Feb have the lowest number of new followers and uh, profile visits. Okay, it shows like the content was not able to build much attraction to the audience, and the content was delivered in a very good way in the month of June and May. Okay, now if you see now, the fifth question says that write a common table expression, that is CT, which calculates the total number of likes for each post category during a month of July, and subsequently arrange the post category values in descending order according to the total likes. Okay, so now in this question, you have to find, we have to use the CT function. CT basically, that is common table expression. So now by using this common table expression, we can use the aggregated or the custom column that we have made inside a table again and again, right? So basically in MySQL, it doesn't provide the capability to use the custom column that we have made. Okay, so by using the CT common table expression, we can use that custom column again and again, right? So here it goes. Okay, so first of all, we'll be selecting the post category, right? And then for the total likes, we'll be using the sum function as total likes. Okay, and then from the fact content table, where the month name is July, right? So the month name should be July, and then we'll be grouping it by the post category. So basically, we want to find the total number of likes by post category, right? In the month of July. Okay, right? And then we can use the common table expression to call all these functions, all these columns from the uh, fact content table. Okay, so here's the answer. Now, if you see other gadgets categories having the highest number of total likes, which is around 26,000, followed by tech tips, which was having 20,000 total likes. Mobile was having 16,000 total likes. Earphone was having around 14,000, followed by smartwatch, which was having around only 4,000 likes. Okay. Now, getting to the sixth question. The sixth question says that create a report that displays the unique post category alongside with their respective counts for each month. Okay. So in this question, we have to find the month name, post category names, and the post category count inside a single column. Okay. So for this, we will be using the group concat function. So what it basically does, it applies aggregation, or it groups all the columns into a single row, and then we can find the entities or like we can group by the entities by into a single column, into a single row by using a separator. So in this case, we have used a separator as column, as a comma basically. Okay. So let's see the query. So first of all, we have select the group by group concat function. Inside that function, we have to find the unique post category. So for unique post category, we have to find the distinct. So we'll be using that distinct function and the post category in the post category column, and then order it by post category, and the separator will be comma as categories name. Okay, and then a month name function will be using to find the month name from the fact content table, and then we will grouping it by month name. So what it has basically does, so for example, for the in the month of April, it has it has grouped by all the categories which was falling in the month of April into a single row by using a separator as comma. Okay, so if you see, May has having the highest number of categories, which was earphone, laptop, mobile, other gadgets, smartwatch, and tech tips. Okay, and here you can see the category count. Okay, now the seventh question says that what is the percentage breakdown of total reach by post type? The final output includes the following fields: post type, total reach, and reach percentage. Right? So basically, we want to find the percentage breakdown for each post type. Each post type. Okay. So like for example, if you see, Instagram carousel was having around 0.69 percentage share of the total impressions that they're getting. Okay. So out of total reach, what is the percentage of Instagram carousel? And similarly, what was the percentage of image as per the total reach which has happened? So by using this, we can find that by which post type is getting the maximum total, is having the maximum amount of reach. Okay, so how much they are contributing to the total reach. Okay, for this we have the query says select post type, and then we want to find the maximum reach. Oh, sorry, that total reach basically. So for total reach, we'll be summing up the reach column and then name it as total reach. Then the month name function we'll be using to find the month name. Okay, and then from the fact content table, then group it by month name. Okay, now but this will give us the total value, but to find the reach percentage, like for example, what was the contribution of each post, then we'll be using a common table expression, and in that function we'll be uh, taking all the columns that we have made here, and then we will be multiplying the total reach by 100 and dividing it by the sum of total reach over partition by post types. So here we have used the window function, sum window function, and inside that window function we have to partition it by the post types, right? And then we will getting the reach percentage. Okay, so if you see, reels have got around Instagram reels led to around 61% of the total reaches. For example, if I'm getting 10 reaches, so out of those 10 reaches, around 6 reaches are made through Instagram, Instagram reels, okay, followed by videos and images. Now, in the eighth question, it says that create a report that includes the quarter, total comments, and total saves recorded for each post category. Okay, so now for doing this, we'll be using the if statement to find the quarter. So for example, like if the month name is January, February, March, then it will come into the quarter one, followed by April, May, June. It is quarter two, and similarly, it is quarter three and four. So now the final output should contains the post category, quarter, total comments, and total saves. Okay, so so we want the month name basically, right? So we'll be using the fact content table. So inside that table, we want to select the post category, then date and month name, month number, and then comments and saves. Now, here we are using the case statement to find the quarter. So if the month name If the month number is between 1 and 3, then it is quarter 1. And if the month number is around 4 to 6, it is quarter 2. Similarly with quarter 3 and 4. Okay. And if it doesn't follows within this category, then it will show an error in the else clause. And then we will be naming it as the quarter. Now, we have used this in a common table expression. Now, by selecting the post category, month name, month number, quarter, and so we want to the we want to find the total comments. For what total comments, we'll be using the sum clause, and for total save, we'll be using the sum function. Okay, from the common table expression that we have created here. So here is the common table expression. Now we will be grouping it by post category, month name, month number, and quarter. Okay, so by doing this, we have got this answer. And now if you see, quarter 2 was having the highest number of total saves and highest number of total comments as well. So it was having around 65,000 total saves and 8,000 total comments, followed by quarter 3, which led to 30,000, 29,000 total saves and 5,000 total comments. And quarter 1 was having the lowest number of saves and comments, which were 17,000 and 3,000 respectively. Okay, now coming to the ninth question. The ninth question says that we want to find the top 3 dates in each column in each month with the highest number of new followers. So the output should contain the following fields, that is the month, date, and new followers. So for this we'll be using the common table expression. So basically in this question we have to find the top 3 dates in which the account has gotten up the highest number of new followers, right? So for this we'll be using the rank function. Now so now we'll be using the which table we'll be using. So we will be using the fat account table. Okay. So in that we'll be using the month number and date followed by new followers. Now we're using the rank function, right? Because we want to find the rank of. So we'll be uh, ranking the dates column basically on the basis of new followers that it has gotten. So inside the rank function we'll be using the over clause, and we want to find the rank of new followers according to date. So in that date function, so we will be partitioning the date column by month number. Okay. And what will the order of ranking? So it will the order of ranking will be based on the new followers in descending order. Why? Because we want to find the highest number of new followers, and then we'll be naming it as NF rank from the fact account table, right? So now we'll be placing this into a CT, and then we'll be find the month, date, new followers, and rank. Okay, and the rank should be less than 3. Why? Because we want to find the top 3 ranks. Okay, so here is the answer. Yeah. Now coming to the 10th question. So it says that create a stored procedure that takes the week number as input and generates a report displaying the total shares by post types. And then the output of the procedure should contains 2 columns, the post types and the total shares. Okay. So by doing this, so basically we want to find the percentage share of total shares which which are contributing to the total percentage. Okay, so so by doing this, so now the statement so the query says select the total shares. So we want to find the total shares, right? So we'll be using the sum function as total shares, and then we'll be using the week function to find the week number as week number. Okay, and then to find the percentage share, what we'll be using, so we'll be summing up the shares and then multiplying by it by 100 to find the percentage. On the denominator side, we'll be using the over clause. Why? Because we want to find the contribution of each week, which will be dividing by it by the total shares that it has gotten up. Okay, so it will be divided by the total value, and then we'll naming it as shares percentage. And then we want to find the group by. So we want to find the Um, so basically, we want to find the group by it by the group number. Then we will be placing it into a CT, that is common table expression. And then from that common table expression, we'll be selecting the week number, total shares, and the share percentage. So here is the answer. If you see, week 22, week 19, and week 24 have gotten up the most, have contributed to the most number of total shares. So week 22 is having 6.35, week 19 is having around 5.68, week 24 is having 5.63, and so on. So here is the analysis, guys. So that was Akshay, and here are the insights that I have created. Thank you for listening.